Yeah. Oh, that's right. Hi, everybody. Hello. Come on out. There we go. Oh, my goodness. Oh, lovely to see everyone. Evening players.
Evening.
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 Mm. Well, here we are, back again. More Provenance action. Frank, thank you so much. 78 months is insane.
It's incredible.
Thank you. Amazing. All right. Well, I put some mood music into Zoom for
Oh.
wonderful players.
Oh.
And going to get that up and playing here in the background as we are in the depths of a cave, a little air pocket, as you are under the ocean, outside the underwater city of Selphine. Trying to find some answers, you've discovered what you believe may possibly be um, the dragon which you seek. But you're also facing this unknown affliction known as only known as the dread. You all found a good place to rest last night after overcoming many challenges. And many of you ended up having a shared dream, getting a small glimpse into uh, memories and dreams of your friends that you travel with. Well, we're going to continue through the last set of those dreams as we start here. A beautiful role play again last week. Incredible. Loved it. Um, Hopefully, we'll have some fun with this as we start, and then, of course, we'll continue our journey down into the depths. All right. Well, with that, we are going to. Sorry, I gotta turn off. No, you can just turn off. Thanks. All right. Keep on. Well, you've all been aware that you are inside of this shared dream. You know these are dreams. Sometimes you are put in a dream mindset versus being fully cognizant. And you will experience a little of that as we shift. As everything shifts from the last person. Did we end with Ignatius, I think?
I
Last
believe
time?
so.
Yeah.
Or
We
Catherine.
ended with
Patrick.
Catherine, yeah.
Oh, Catherine.
Catherine's
Catherine, yeah.
grave.
Catherine. Yeah.
Cathries. Okay, that's right. Interesting. Yes. The mound of soil and such in the desert. Yeah. Beautiful. But there was a lot of energy towards the end. While it was a little spooky and a little reflective, it then sort of shifted towards where you are now with friends these days and such. Escape changes once again, and you find yourselves in a misty glade, fog sitting low on the ground, partially obscuring the wild grass and dead bodies. For everyone except Grisura, you find yourselves to be the corpses here, crowd in this room, laying flat, lifeless, your heads all turned, watching the last two people standing here in this space. Grisura, you're bruised, cut, breathing heavily as you grip the last standing combatant here by the collar. Deliver an astounding punch that sends them to the ground to be swallowed up. Take a few deep, heaving breaths to recuperate some small measure of strength through your exhaustion. Then take your bow and arrow off your back, aim it downward, and release the deadly arrow into the body. You know this is a dream, as does everyone. These feelings are from an earlier time, when the hunt, the battle, and the victory still had a fresh sense of exhilaration. You're approached by a client who places a large sack of coin in your hands and says, "Fine job. Worth every copper." You look down at the coin and raise your head back up. And as you do, the scene around you shifts. You find yourself now in a tavern, a busy tavern. The soft orange glow of the fireplace in direct opposition to the diffused somber blues in the last. Preserve, you find yourself eagerly listening to the tale of an adventurer. The fresh cut you just had, oops, fresh cut on your face from a moment ago, now an old scar. The adventurer's sharing tale wraps it up and leaves, and you move to a new table full of adventurers, as everybody else, to see if they have any tales to share. You're in a dream. You're not familiar with, you all are familiar with each other, but not Grisura. Grisura, you're not familiar with them. Just sort of shifted through his space, and whoo, gold mine, whole table full of adventurers. I'll turn that over to you.
You just come to town? From where? What did you see?
You all just came in from Zonai, or anywhere you want, really. It's a dream.
Ignatius will unfurl a few maps and point out points of interest. And
I heard rumor there was some giant cataclysm in the sky. Is there any truth to that?
yes, up in the mountain regions, quite interesting and devastating to the local area up there. Pretty much leveled the mountainside.
Bizarra takes out a book and starts to write it down. Give me every detail that you can.
And Ignatius will, well, from a far away viewpoint, not still, somehow in the stream, I guess, recognizing that he shouldn't divulge, just sort of kind of knowing, that to not always tell everything in the first get-go. Always leave them wanting for more. So
I think it all sounds familiar to Grisura, but she's kind of caught in the pursuit of the story and caught up in the dreams. So she's like writing it down as though it's all new, as though it's all something she hasn't heard before.
As the story is being, as Grisura is being regaled with the tale, like Ignatius, does anyone have anything that during that conversation they want to share or add in with Grisura?
Catherine's crocheting. And more, I guess, like focused on talking to Shar for a second, and then turns around to Grisura. Do you want a beanie? I just made it. I think.
Are you an adventurer as well?
Yes. Very new. Don't really know what that means yet. But I like to say that I am.
So you have a craft, but you've decided to set that aside and adventure? What put your feet on that path?
Well, we just met. But let's just say I got a second chance at life, and she's just kind of pausing, watching Grisura write. And I reunited with my twin sister. This is Shar. I'm Catherine.
What part of the land do you come from, and how did you get here? Did you come by boat? Did you walk? Did you join a caravan? That's
Wings.
amazing. How far can you fly without rest? Even though Grisura like absolutely knows the answer to that question.
You're right.
Very far.
I'm sorry, was that a rude question? I've never
No.
met anyone who could fly like that before. Maybe that's a rude question. Oh, I'm sorry I asked.
It's okay. You want the beanie? I think it suits you color wise, and it's warm.
Oh,
It's a gift.
don't know.
You know how to wear it?
Okay. No, I don't think I do.
That's amazing. Okay, so she's gonna go over and like the places on your head. Very slowly places the beanie on Grisura's head.
Uncomfortable.
Oh, it's so cute. Thought it suit you.
Cute?
I'm sorry. Distinguished, regal, fantastic. What word do you want to describe it? Comfy.
Do I look fierce?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Nice.
Because look, and then you didn't notice, but she's going to flip out. They were tucked on the side, but she's gonna readjust it. Now there's like little horns coming up from the beanie.
Nice.
I'm testing a new design, and now I think it's even better. Now you're fierce.
Who else has a story for me? You, where are you from?
Yoo-hoo.
An open invitation to.
Oh. I'm from the Fae.
Is that by Stone Fury?
Sure. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I just travel around. Sometimes I deliver letters.
I got a letter. No, I didn't get a letter once. I saw someone get a letter once.
Just once. Oh,
What's the biggest package or letter you ever delivered? Did you deliver like a book or something that's person sized or
well, yeah.
It's
Well, one
bear-sized?
time I had to deliver a horse.
did they let you ride it at least?
No, I wasn't allowed to ride it. Unfortunately,
Did
I
they
had
make you
to-
carry it?
Well, I mean, not really. It was in the Fae, so I could just kind of go, kind of where I needed to.
I don't know what that means.
It's
Tell
a
me
hard
everything.
concept.
Nice.
Well, they work kind of like, you get on, you kind of like open up something and you're thinking where you want to go, and then you go there, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it's a little tricky. And when you go and step out, you have to kind of be like, okay, am I where I'm supposed to be? And then you look around and you have to maybe ask a couple of people sometimes, but sometimes you're right there in front of where you want to go. But sometimes it can be a couple of miles off, maybe a whole region. But then you just try again, or just put on your walking shoes and just, walk the rest of the way.
Sounds dangerous. That's
Oh.
great.
Nice.
Well, you should come to the Feywild sometime. Have you heard of the Great Maw?
No, tell me. Is it fierce? Did you slay it with a single smite of your weapon or magic?
Slay it. No, you don't slay it. No, she'll bring out a pamphlet,
Nice.
and just go over the
Yeah.
basics. You don't slay it. It helps you. it watches over you, and certain things mean certain
It's
things,
it's medicine.
A moth lands on a gravestone and it means this and that, and if a moth lands on Earth, it means this and that, and you got to. If you read the pamphlet, it'll tell you more.
And so you've got some time to read the pamphlet and kind of get the feel for this group, and it feels nice. It feels, inviting and warm. Probably that piece of that is the connection that you're not aware of right now, but it feels comfortable. And then the scenery shifts once again. You find yourselves all sort of refreshed of that dream, and now in a space where the world begins to take shape around you, and you find yourselves not on the ground but in the sky, soaring in a particular direction. You fly over this incredible storm raging over Zonai, which you recognize below. You recognize the mountains, you know them fairly intimately at this point. And you fly past those. The storm has a feeling of beckoning, but you fly past. Eris flying in front of everybody else. Eris, of course, you recognize this. You continue flying over Zonai and out to the coast, past Stone Fury Landing. And down from the sky you rocket into the water, that harsh cold striking you as you pierce the surface of the ocean, and find you can breathe. Yay, dreams! You can breathe. And Fantasy World, you breathe the water just fine. And you continue down in this sort of a V formation with Eris leading the way, and down into the depths you go, further and further until you pause somewhere in the deep, murky depths of the ocean. No sign of the ocean floor below you, but so far from the surface that there is no sun. Only the very faintest of light here. And then the outer reaches of that lit water, you see something incredibly massive swim by. A fin, a form, just in and out of the edge. Your attention is drawn up as you all, in front of you, you see Eris looking up. And as she looks up, you see a circle of Sahuagin creatures, Naga-like creatures, above. And firing down between them, down into the depths in front of you all, is this a javelin of sorts made of lightning. Crackles into, swallowed up in the darkness below. A small pendant with a rock that looks very much like the very unique one tied up in Eris's hair falls from one of the Sahuagin and follows the javelin down into the depths. You find yourselves safely, without getting bubbles in your blood, rocketing towards the surface of the water. And as you break the surface, you find yourselves treading water now, no longer capable of flight. You're swimming and treading water. And beautiful sunset falling across you and across the ocean. Yeah, you rise to the top. You all know it's a dream. Eris, of course, you're familiar already with a lot of this, reliving this. And I'm going to turn it over to all of you as you're now sort of all treading water, the surface out in the ocean here after experiencing that.
Like walking on water?
Just swimming, like keeping yourselves afloat by treading water.
Got it.
This is what they look like, by the way. So, those are the creatures. To give you
all just shared this
Where are we?
experience.
They were really cool.
Where are we? We're in the ocean.
What?
That's not
Okay.
a place.
But, like, which one? Are we on this side or this side? You can only tell me left or right or up and down. So
We're way outside of Stone Fury Landing. I've had this dream before.
Are those creatures friendly?
No.
Dangerous?
No. My parents always talk about how in the early days when the world was first formed, they would come raiding every so often, and we don't. The beginnings of Stone Fury Landing, we never really got along with any of them. I don't know. I'm assuming, Dan, that there haven't been any seen in a while.
It's safe to say, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's just been a long time. They would never let me fight them as much as I wanted to, but
just looking out for you. Your parents.
See here in the evening sun, the stone in Eris's here. Listen. Sorry, go ahead,
Oh, shame.
Ignatius.
They seemed keenly interested in that gem? Was it a gem? I have no idea.
oh. Get a new camera. Oh, you mean this? Pick the thing and she just shows it.
Need some more.
There's sounds of the ocean.
Yeah.
As the
Oh,
water.
like, yes.
I'm sorry.
Ocean.
Can you guys all hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Mhm.
Sorry.
No worries.
All right. Hopefully
Just
that's
don't
enough.
breathe. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. What? Well, I don't know. My parents found this with me.
Found it with you?
Yeah.
Were you?
It was. They found me floating in the water, and the stone was wrapped in my blankets or whatever.
This is going to be very rude of me to say. So were you abandoned and then your parents came to and found you with the stone and then brought you, like, rescued you and then adopted you?
I don't know if abandon's the right word. It was right when everything was crazy and the world was forming.
Your parents kidnapped you?
No, they found me and it was just me.
Blink twice if you've been kidnapped.
Amazing.
Twitch audience, please do not dial 911.
Nice.
No, I wasn't kidnapped. No, they rescued me. The ocean would have swallowed me if they hadn't. But I don't. Things were crazy then, so who knows what happened? I don't remember.
Well, seems like your adoptive or
My
parents, yes, really love you and care for you. That's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. Yeah, they do. I care for them too. I just wonder what that thing is in the water. That's what's got me interested.
Well, you know what they say: curiosity kills the puffer kitty fish. I don't know.
Whatever it is, it was awfully large.
That's why it's so fascinating.
And with thoughts of the giant creature below the water and friends treading water at the surface here, the dream shifts once more. You find yourselves in a bit of a chaotic place. There's a large stone tower, um, tall walls around an outer perimeter, whatever this structure is. Ignatius, you've seen this once before. Shari and Kethri, you've seen this before. There are training dummies in one area, many broken and fallen to the ground. um, Ultimately, you find yourselves walking around an empty compound. There's a large building near the exterior wall of this courtyard in which you walk that is entirely aflame. It looks like some sort of chaos ensued here at one point as this courtyard is trashed. Those training dummies are broken and strewn about the ground, and quite a number of thick-bound books, seemingly all copies with the same content. They have the same wording on the spine at a quick glance, same imagery on the front cover. Litter the space as well. Sure, you remember this place, you remember this day. Kethri, you remember this place. Ignatius, you once stopped here a week after you left your cloister and left quickly. You find Shar. Now, Shar, you all know this is a dream. And Shar, you find yourself at the moment probably attempting to fly away, but your wings are not giving you any lift. You feel a sense of relief as your friends that are here, you register them as friends and companions. You know them by name. It's disconnected, like, why are they here? That's not a thought because it's a dream. They might be able to help. The rest of you see Shar struggling a bit. Again, chaos, a bunch of copies of the same book around the ground. I'll turn it over to whoever wants to pick up here.
I need hope. I can't fly. We need to go. Kethri, can you fly or Ash your room? I can't. I don't know why.
Oh. You can use my broom. Yeah.
Okay, yes, great. Then, no, because then you all can't leave either. But
That's
I really
alright.
need to leave.
Go first. We'll cover your exit.
And she'll try to leave on the broom.
You step on the broom, and with help, assistance offered, it takes off. You're able to fly over that tall wall outside of the courtyard. You lie for a bit so you feel safe. Land. And when you do, here in the mountains, the edge of a forest, you land. And not far behind, your friends catch up and join you. I'll turn it back over to you all.
Char's just sitting, kind of soothing herself by running her hands through the grass and just deep breathing.
I'll pause super quickly just to see everyone else there before you You watch Shar fly away. Is there anything anyone wants to do back in that courtyard before they leave to follow up in this dream? Catherine?
Oh,
Okay, Catherine, and I'll check with you, Eris. Catherine, what you got?
Almost like a weird. I was gonna say almost disconnect, but like the training dummies
Mhm.
everywhere. Catherine's kind of drawn into one of them, and she just kind of like takes her hand and like moves it along the dummy, and then like maybe tries to poke it to see if there is one that's still standing. She wants to try to let it topple. She just feels
Oh.
very weird,
Mhm.
and she's like, I don't like. I need to get out of here,
Mhm.
or am I already out of here? I don't know.
Mhm.
Oh.
You find one, you do just that. Knock it down with the rest. Eris, if
I want to pick up one of the books and just see what's written on it.
okay. You pick up one of the books and you find this. You you skim through. You find it reads an awful lot like a religious text, the Bible almost, to Shar, great deity.
Is there another book around that
Mhm.
also has Salune?
As you look through the books, they're all, and you probably remember these. Same thing. It's a religious text, almost like a Bible, mostly to Shar, but it references Salune, just puts Salune in a bit of a more negative light than maybe other texts that maybe Ignatius would be familiar with pre-Sundering. But Salune is definitely included in there heavily. Anyone else have anything they'd like to do here?
Ash is just keeping a close eye, like protective, like as Shar goes off on the broom.
Nice. All right, I'll check quickly if anyone else has anything. No? Okay. Then we will advance time to catching up with Shar, who you see sort of in that mode of like, and the rest of you approach. I'll let you take it back over.
Catherine goes immediately and sits next to Shar and just kind of puts her head on Shar's shoulder.
Did everything with the broom work okay?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
sorry. And she hands it back.
I used to be sorry. It's fine.
What was all that?
The day I left the cloister.
Did you kill them all and set it on fire? Oh.
No, I don't know what started the fire. I just used it as a distraction.
But you're out of there now. You're not going back.
Maybe.
Not maybe. Make sure it doesn't happen.
I'm not gonna let you go back.
Yeah, you're too fun to have around. You're too much fun to not have around. Sorry. That was my brain. That was not Eris. That was you're too much fun to not have around. Hey, words.
Catherine will put her hand on Shar's arm and just kind of like try to like soothe more as best that she can. I don't know if it's actually working or not, but that's what she's doing.
Char's just leaning into it, not really saying anything.
You hear one of those comforting voices say, "You're safe." Can you make a perception check, Shar, if you don't mind? As you hear that right by your friends.
30-20.
Okay, I'll send you a direct message. All right. Anything for anyone else? Otherwise, the dream will begin to dissipate or disapparate or fall apart. In that case, I'll give you a quick sec, Shar, in case you have anything. Otherwise, I will bump us back.
She'll look around confused a bit.
And as you do so, surrounded by friends, with help, you're not alone. This dream fades, and one by one, you all wake up. Probably Eris first, because you were just asleep for a pip. You know, she wake up from watching. Oh, because it was so exhausting the day before. Not a common occurrence. And then later on in the morning, you all wake up one by one by one, finding yourself in this space of trapped air. I think somebody figured out that the little, I forget it was coral, like this little plant life that's on the wall that basically offered an exchange of air to keep everything fresh here.
Yep.
You all feel
Ignatius did, and Catherine took samples.
nice, excellent. That's right.
Yes,
Beautiful.
we did.
All right, your first day down here in the mines outside of Selphine, you as your second day begins, you all wake up one at a time, fully rested. If you haven't given yourselves a full rest in D&D Beyond, make sure you do to recover everything from yesterday. Excuse me. And yeah, let me know if any of you have anything you want to do outside of just getting ready, any role play you want to do as you all wake up.
Ignatius would. Oop, go ahead.
Nope, you go.
Damn it.
Hee.
Exchange looks with everyone, like sort of like, did you? Was we all experience the same thing?
Mhm.
I don't know if it's here or if it's us. Might be us causing this shared experience. I don't know. Seems weird, odd, out of place. Certainly.
Probably shouldn't have slept near the dragon, not dragon thing.
Whatever that Basic is.
Yeah, it was a weird experience. For sure.
Char's not really taking note of the conversation and is investigating her sword.
Oh, are you taking a look
Looking
around?
over.
Okay. Yeah, let's take a quick moment to do the DM inspo check. So we've got that for the night. And then we'll come back to you, Shar, and we'll do a thing about that. Grisura, once you're set, let me know what you get for DM inspo.
2.
Sorry, 2? Okay. Steph?
20.
20. Okay. Frank?
12.
Okay, nice. Will? A 1. Oh, yeah, all over the spectrum. So, Sasha?
6.
Nice. Okay. All right, and Sam?
Oh,
Oh, no.
you
Well,
didn't.
sorry.
I also got a 1.
Oh, nice. Frank, you're gonna get it rolled a 13 tonight. So
No.
there, excellent, excellent. Okay. Now, Shar, if you were kind of taking an investigatory look around, I think to kind of
On my sword.
your sword. Okay, go ahead and make an investigation check.
11.
Okay. You don't have it at your side yet, so you have it in its sheath. You take a close look at the sheath. You unsheath the sword. The blade's looking excellent. You've probably maintained it somewhat. You know it to be a very finely crafted blade. It uses a metal that's an 11. It uses some sort of nice metal. You imagine you really haven't ever had any trouble with it chipping or not cutting when you want it to cut. That's sort of what you pick up with your investigation check. All right. Anyone else have anything before getting underway?
Oh, yes. Catherine will head over to Shard to check in. Is Shar sitting down? If she's looking at the sword. Okay. She'll kind of sit down and kind of like scooch closer to you and say, "Hey, are you okay? That was a lot tonight."
I'm fine. I suppose it's silly because it was just a dream, but I thought I heard the sword talk to me.
Has the sword hasn't ever spoken to you before?
Not that I'm aware of. I didn't think it did that kind of thing.
Are you looking at the katana? Okay.
Yeah.
Catherine wants to unsheath hers just to kind of like for a second try to see if it's like something's talking from the sword, and then she's just like, okay, whatever. Now she's nervous.
Nice. All right. So you unsheath yours. Can I have you both make a quick perception check, Shar and Catherine? I've got your coffee done when you're all set. Take your time. It's not so hot that I can't hold it. Bad about it. But it's still hot, so. Catherine, what'd you get?
Natural 20 for 23.
It's okay. And Shar, what'd you get? Okay. With the 15 being the DC, you both notice that there's nothing talking after you take yours out. Of course, there's nothing chatting or nothing along those lines. But as you unsheath it and kind of hold it close, you can feel not really a vibration, more like a resonance between the two.
And Shar moves to hold it closer to Catherine's.
Resonance increases a bit.
What is happening? I guess she'll move hers closer.
It increases until you get them like, back to back, and then it's still just holding at a certain resonance, not something weapons in your experience do.
Kind of shouting out to the group. Does anyone know anything about resonating weapons?
I don't know if anyone really knows much about weapons.
I think I read a book about Nope, that was bagpipes. Never mind.
I could, if they are indeed magical, I could tell you the general magical properties of it, but not much more detail than that.
Okay. Yeah, I've never had a blade that has done this before. This is interesting.
Take a look if you'd like to, Ignatius.
I will ritually cast detect magic.
Okay. Are you two holding the blades as he checks it, or are you two setting them down on the ground?
I hate when he does it.
I'll hold it.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Ignatius, these two ping divine magic, something that really hasn't existed in this world, or at least not from like pre-sundering sort of energy. But this is intense, very intense divine magic. When the two are close, I'm assuming you probably have them tested at different like resonance levels and stuff, and the energy level decreases a bit. They are parted, but when they're together, you can really sense a godly level of divine energy. If you had to equate it to something up towards the primordial level.
Yeah, Ignatius would do his best Spock eyebrow. Seems to be divine in nature. Sort of giving him pause and like looking curiously at it.
Tark
And
looks
it's
angry.
and it looks like the closer they are together, the more magic they emit. The purpose of the magic I have no understanding of right now.
And Char just sheaths the weapon and walks away and starts like breaking down her tent or whatever.
I'm going to let Ignatius, given this line of reasoning you're pursuing, just before Shar steps away while you're at the end of your examination, I'll let you roll probably an investigation check will make the most sense as you are kind of looking at the blades quizzically.
9.
Okay. You see is effectively what Shar noticed, that they're finely crafted and such.
Any particular symbols that I would be aware of?
No symbols on it. Yeah, which in itself is a little interesting. Usually the crafter stamps somewhere on there a little stamp of signature, which is not on either of these.
And I would be Ignatius would be careful not to handle the weapon.
Okay.
Would allow Shar to, or insist that Shar hold it while
Yeah.
he examines it.
Okay. I will say that these blades look absolutely identical to one another.
Hmm. Oh, okay. Trying to look in my notes. I believe. Yeah. So when I was growing up away from the cloister, like this has always been with me that I can remember and stayed with me. Except for, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, except for the bout with Mother. But I don't know how I got it. I think it came with like someone sent it with me when I was being taken away. So Jar.
You hear Guthrie calling back from after you step away.
She was
How
kind
did
of like stomping off, but she'll stop when
Stomp
when
back.
Catherine. Yeah, she'll like spin around 180 and stomp back.
Wait, did you get yours from our cloister? This
I
one?
stole
This
it
door?
off the wall the day I left.
Where was it? Remember?
Was there a specific spot, Dan?
It was moderately prominently placed. I think it was maybe in someone's office, though. There were two holders. One was empty, and yours was the one you took was on the top.
It was in someone's office. The other one had been empty for years.
This one. I wonder what would happen if we make him touch. That.
You touched the tips.
God damn it, Tasha.
Pinky.
Amazing.
I'm not sorry. Or at least like hilt to hilt. Like, is there
More
a
difficult
ray
to
of
do
Is that better?
no?
Are you going along with any of this testing, Shar?
Sure, as long as you don't say tip to tip or hilt to hilt.
Parallel? We're gonna start parallel, but they like as close as we can get.
Mm-hmm.
You try in many different variations. But it seems to do the same thing, regardless of their orientation to one another. It's all about proximity. They're closer, they seem to resonate more. Once they're pulled away beyond like 1.5 to 2 feet, you don't feel that resonance anymore.
What happens if one of you wields both of them?
Shar will hand her soft to Catherine.
She'll take it.
You instantly want to let go of this weapon, Catherine.
No. I do not like how that just made me feel.
What do you
Ugh.
mean?
Felt like I needed to let it go. Like I tainted it. It tainted it. Me? What? Sorry, I'm not.
Hey, what's this about taints?
Tips? Yeah. That's episode title, Tips and Taints.
Oh God.
God. Banned.
Oh my god. Like here, look, like you hold mine
Okay.
with yours.
You pick yours up, Char.
Yeah.
Okay, pick yours up. You take Catherine's, you instantly don't want to hold it. Like in a very revolting, like, you want to let this go.
She almost goes to like throw it, but holds enough to like hand
Ding ding,
it
that's
back to
oh,
Catherine.
yeah, it's in the background.
Dodges. What's a dodge roll?
That's how you drop it down. Boom.
I didn't like that.
Yeah, it just makes you feel icky.
What's wrong with these swords? Divine. She looks angry again. She starts stomping off.
Okay.
That's fair.
Mm.
She'll sheath hers because she has so many questions.
Nice. All right, with questions as questions abound within your minds, breakfast is finished. You're able to fill your bellies up, and you know, bacon. It's kept this long somehow. Uh, sea pigs.
Yum.
Well, yes. I love that Ash is always like the extra with the face
Oh, yeah.
exercise.
Ugh,
Oh, divine! It's awesome.
that was
Um,
great.
well, you know you have to head back into the water. I forget
I
who
have the
has.
shell.
Okay, thanks. I'll turn over to you all. Do you want to cast your stuff and head in the water?
Well, while you're doing that, I'll go scat out a little bit while you all get your breathing under control.
Yeah, I mean, we're all just staring
Sorry.
at Ignatius, like, do you want to cast?
The Gages would be like, Ares, not too far. Sort of hurriedly,
You got it. Dives down.
and invokes the shell and, gives everyone water breathing.
Quizzer, are you doing your own thing today, or are you taking?
Yep.
Okay. All right. As you scout ahead, you find the next few statues, the little childlike statues that are pointing in down different caves. Yeah, and come back. You've got a lay of the land under here a bit for ways. You all set back off.
So is it like labyrinthian sort of with the child statues pointing the way, or is it one way and the statues are along that path?
Labyrinthian. It's like a sponge cave that has so many caves that split and rejoin in other areas and all that. It's a complete maze.
I definitely heard sponge cake, which I think is just works just as well.
It's awesome. Yeah, true. Nice. All right. Are you leading the way, Eris? These things, okay. There's no survival check because y'all, you've got the little children statues that are pointing the way. Thanks to the magics, at least of the underwater breathing, there as you breathe in that water, it just turns to like carbonated fizz towards the back of your mouth, and it changes into air, so you don't have water in your lungs. It just you can exchange the oxygen with the water. So get your bubbly tickles as you all head back underwater and continue along. Let's say so you're traveling for a while, carefully navigating these caves. Some are large and spacious, others are a snug fit. Some of them you really have to kind of get in and carefully navigate, almost pulling yourselves through these spaces because they're just so narrow. You have to go in flat. Other ones are columns that rise and fall. Different types of stone and mineral down here. Some are shiny and glossy and brilliant with little lights lit from different sea life or the plant life in the area, crystals and otherwise. If it wasn't for everything else down here, it might be really a beautiful, peaceful journey. You find yourselves swimming through a relatively cylindrical cave with a little bit of room for all of you, a couple feet out in each direction for the tallest of you. There's a sudden sense of something wrong. And I'd like to ask for a perception check from Eris in the front. And who's following up in the back? Anyone?
I think I had Ash being in the back.
Okay. Then a perception check from Ash as well, please. You all
Okay.
pause as you all feel this sudden sense of something wrong. But Eris, let me know what you get.
I got a 10, but my passive is 13. And as soon as she senses something is wrong, she will turn her bracer into a gigantic battle axe, just looking around.
Water. Air bubbles up with it. Nice. Ash, what'd you get?
It's a 14.
You all pause and you're sort of looking around and watching your lead and rear. There's nothing to be found. It's a pretty enclosed cave. You don't spot anything. But shortly after, you realize that whether you noticed it or not in the moment, you all drew out your weapons or got your magic on the ready, without really realizing it instinctively.
I look up.
You look up just a couple feet to the top.
Nobody ever looks up.
Yeah, that's always a good one. Yeah, it's maybe just a couple feet above you. You look, and everything looks okay. And that feeling, that sudden sense is sort of abating.
What was that?
No idea. What did we do? We dropped our weapons?
No, we drew our weapons.
Oh, drew our weapons.
Mm,
Oh, okay.
mhm, sorry.
Or started your magic.
My weapons stay drawn.
Nice.
Constant state of.
My God.
I love it. These tips are ready. Nice. You all carry on. I'm sorry. I don't want to stop any convo or RP if you had any. It sounded like maybe.
Something is not right.
Is this a usual thing that happens?
Is this a usual thing that happens in the deep ocean? No? No. I mean, there's things that are swimming around all the time, but this is... Yeah, keep on alert.
Does it mess with your memory any? The deep ocean?
No?
Because I don't remember, and it's fine. I'm sure it's good. I'm sure it's okay.
You want to finish that sentence? You don't remember what?
Getting ready to fight. All of a sudden, my hands.
I mean, instincts is a thing. We all felt some danger. We all reacted without thinking. That's not unusual.
Okay.
At least for me, it's not.
Go ahead.
Nothing.
There's take the lead again and cast guidance on Eris. So you have it for a minute. Which is
Okay.
the change. It did change, right? The D4 still, yep.
Okay. Shaking off that feeling, you all carry on. Turning to they split a few more times. More child statues again, each one unique as you carry on.
Eris is just looking everywhere. She is she knows what to look for underwater. She's keeping an eye out for those things underwater.
Nice. Okay. And make a perception check here. It's just and then I'll get right to you, Ash. I'm sorry. Get this perception check real quick.
Oh my gosh. 15.
Okay. Just gonna put that over to the side that you have that kind of up and looking. Ash?
Since Ash is towards the back, Ash is going to stop a little bit when they pass one of those statues, and is going to try to see if it moves, see if it turns.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, don't do that.
Oh, Ash is doing it.
Damn it.
You keep a careful eye, watching as everybody swims by, watching for the rather lifelike statue or anything to move. Its eyes, its body. Nothing turns.
I also want to try to physically turn it.
Okay. Make an athletics check. Disadvantage? No, it'll be a straight roll because it's underwater.
I
Yeah.
don't. It's a 4.
Okay. Bubbles come up as you fart a little. Ooh,
Oh god.
nothing.
Okay. Weird. And she'll just kind of like hurry up to catch up with the others.
You catch up. Sorry. Oh, man, silly. Look at you were trying so hard, but you got a 4. So
I know.
Um,
I've been there.
it's nice, yeah. It's something we all share as humanoids. Yeah, thankfully, probably they seem to be rooted down into the ground, into the stone, far enough where they just don't adjust.
Okay.
So you swim on. A short while later, you once again hear the voice of this creature down here in the depths speak to your minds. And so you push on. Let's see, in a quizzical way. There's something in their voice that makes it seem like they don't understand. And they continue. Along my journey here, took humanoid form to learn more about you. I witnessed a child in a small mountain village, playing in the grass and watching insects intently. The child was held captive by the insect's work, climbing blades of grass, fording minute streams of water, some working together for a common goal, and others working in competition with their survival potentially at stake. I find myself holding the same fascination and witnessing. And I feel that I've gone closer to understanding. The pause for
Great story, bro.
Appreciate your curiosity.
It would seem I need to watch even closer. There's obviously been a bit of their presence in the space. The first day, you feel it intensify. With that, I'd like to ask you all to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Don't wanna.
Makes sense.
Nope. Yeah.
It makes sense.
Oh no. The shit talking.
It makes sense.
Oh no. All right, let me adjust this because we are no longer there. We are here. With the DC today. So, Grisura, if you would.
6.
Okay, that is a failure, and I'll come back around. Ash.
5.
Yeah, that's a failure. Ignatius.
Using a luck, I rolled a 1.
Ooh!
Oh, burn a luck and roll a 2 for a 9.
A 9. Okay, that's.
So you're a +7 and you roll a
Oh
2.
no! Oh. With a luck, that's dirty, man. The dice have it out for you today. That's unfortunately a failure for today. Char.
Well, I'm with the gang.
16.
Today, that's a failure. Catherine.
Fuck
All
us.
right.
What'd you get, Catherine?
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear.
no problem.
12. So
12. Failure. And Eris.
18?
18 succeeds today.
Okay.
Makes
Mhm.
sense.
Oh, we're not all dead. Okay.
Okay. Rosura, have you had any of this fear yet? Okay.
Yes.
All right. So let me just I'm going to come back around and say, actually, I'll just cover it one at a time is the best way to do it. So, Reserve, I need you to please roll a straight D12 and let me know what your result is.
One.
Okay, that's an interesting one for Gazura. So, what initially started as just a seed of fear, little doubt, little trepidation, little anxiety, today blossoms further into a fear of failure. You find yourself, as you've been, kind of parsing out what might happen, what you might need to do, you find yourself now feeling like you got to play a little more safe. You don't want to go in and fail. You've got to pull it back to a place where you could be safer. Is the last thing you want is to fail. You have a real deep failure. Ash, is this your first fear?
No.
Okay.
She was feeling afraid before the fight.
Okay. Please roll that straight D12. Let me know what you get. Char's slapping somebody right now.
An
I heard
8.
an 8. This seed of fear blossoms into a fear of saying the wrong thing, which might sound silly, but it takes grip. Where basically this prevents you from having challenging or difficult moments or conversations, as you feel that they'll be perceived as not smart enough, not knowledgeable enough, not empathetic enough, or lacking in some other way. So you find it difficult to voice your opinion.
Yeah.
You're saying the wrong thing. Okay. Ignatius, is it your first fear? Okay, so you
First
just
fear.
get that seed of fear. You can role play that however you want. It's nothing so intense that it'll disrupt you too much, but it's just a little jumpy, little easier to start, a little more panicky at the situation, a little harder to cope. Shar, you definitely already had the fear because I remember you getting it, I think. So go ahead and roll a street D12 and let me know what you get. 5. Okay. So that seed of fear blossoms for you into a fear of making the wrong decision. You start getting like analysis paralysis, where you're imagining the consequences of the wrong decision being devastating and irreversible. So you're all planning, little action. You have an intense fear of, again, making the wrong decision. Okay. Kefri, is this your first fear?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. You get that seed of fear as described. And Eris, you were safe. Okay. So, all right. So, with that, as this creature begins watching closer, clearly, again, you don't necessarily get a sense of maliciousness from this telepathically speaking creature. It's more of a not understanding interest in you, and again, saying before, like, you can come in, but I'm not leaving this place, basically. So, and it's dangerous here, so come in at your own risk. All right. With that, we'll carry on, swimming further into the cave system. You find after a couple, maybe 2.5, 3 hours, another air pocket through which you have to traverse. With Eris's perception, you quickly determine there's no humming in the walls. There doesn't seem to be any gas trapped here. There is, Though the walls here are covered in a dark, sappy substance from which numerous crimson hibiscus grow. Kethri, you've seen these very rare item, but you've seen them in your herbalism bugs. Crimson hibiscus.
I want it.
Mhm. But it's growing from this again, this dark, sappy substance that just coating the walls. Seems to be coming out of areas above in the stone and the uneven ceiling, and just almost like a molasses kind of consistency. It looks like at first glance. Let me know what you all like to do as you pass through here. If any of that interests you.
I mean, I think she would want to try and see if she could harvest it
Mm-hmm.
safely
Okay.
without touching, or I don't know how that would work, but like try to be as careful as she can. She wants to try to get at least one.
Okay.
Or
Make
two.
a quick investigation check just to check like how to go about that as you get up close.
Sure, because I'm really good at these. Oh, actually, I think I am today. 18?
All right, nice, nice. So a couple of things. You do see a way to, there is enough stem where you can clip it, put it in something to seal it, so it can dry out, not, you're in an air pocket here, but to prevent it from getting soaked or waterlogged.
Mhm.
Excuse me. You know that these are sought after because they're one of the prime components in a potion of invulnerability.
Ooh.
Yeah, which consists of crimson hibiscus, a vial of blood, and chroma slime. They're all pretty expensive. I mean, the blood's whatever, but with your investigation check, as you're checking that, you realize, and just give a little bit of a test to that thick substance. Almost seems like blood.
Can I mean, since I feel like since I am very wise in all things blood related, like sniff it or
Yeah, you
I
can
don't know.
examine it in a way befitting
Okay.
a blood hunter.
I'll do
Absolutely.
that. Yes, please. I would like to do that.
Nice. Yeah, you find that this is it's not like a true blood. This is something that interestingly seems to mimic it in many ways, but is some form of living vegetation. And it covers itself by excreting this, and it's growing behind this layer of air quote blood on the walls.
Hmm.
It seems to respond to being touched, like it recoils a little if you go to scrape some off, as though maybe can feel pain.
Oh no. I want to try to pet it to say sorry.
Nice. It has a little more of that slight recoil, not like in a painful way, but just like, ooh, what's this? You're able to remove this first crimson hibiscus, and there's a little bit of a reaction as you do. Do you want to go for more? And if so, how many more?
Oh, if I could maybe try to get 2 more. I don't want to take everything because, yeah, 2 sounds good. 2 more.
Okay, you go for the next one. It reacts a little more violently this time, where it kind of pulls back and then there's a little ripple that goes through the entire ceiling and walls of this cave where this stuff covers. But it slows down and stops. Second one. You want to go for the third one?
I'm so nervous. No, I'm good. I think she would have stopped if the reaction was a little more than she anticipated.
Okay.
So she'll just be happy with the 2.
Okay. heal them up, and you're all ready to continue on. Does anyone else have anything they'd like to do in this space? Or are you all ready to move on and get out of here?
Just watch with fascination as Cat3 was doing that. Yeah.
Okay.
The shark keeps on looking like she wants to jump in, but like starts halfway in and stops.
Okay. Eddie. Nice. All right, and so as you continue on, you find that this cave does not continue back into water, but instead carries on up through this space of air pocket. You see, it's the air's a little stale here, but not as bad as that first pocket. You see some of that vegetation as you move further along that exchanges the oxygen and carbon dioxide, but it's not as much as that other cave. It's not as fresh, but it's breathable as you're navigating the space. You have to go through a few more caves. Maybe another, gosh, 10 or 15 minutes of travel. Here it is pitch black, and the dark vision. So a lot of folks think that dark vision just means you can entirely see, but in the dark you just see a little bit of the contrast of you don't see color, you see a little contrast. So in the absolute dark, it's still a little difficult to make things out. Anyone using their lights or anything, or are you just gonna catch me? Okay.
Yep.
You doing the humanoid, or are you doing like ding, 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 a couple of light globes?
She'll ask Ash. Are you putting up lights too?
Yeah, I can put up lights if that agrees with you.
Do you want to space them out, or should I make one kind of cute and yours are spaced out?
Oh, well, I think I'm okay with whatever you want to do.
Okay. She'll just space them out, try to get as much lit up in this area as she can.
Okay. Ash, are you putting any of yours behind to watch behind you? Or are you putting them all up front? Okay. With
If
Cat3's.
Cat3 is all up front, then she'll put hers in the back.
Okay.
Yeah.
You get that magic set up as you illuminate the space and you carry forth. As you navigate ahead 10-15 minutes or so, just beyond your light, Cat3, somewhere not too far beyond, in the heavy darkness, the clatter of bones striking bones can be heard. You continue to push forward and move the lights ahead of you.
I pull out my magical battle axe. Just kind of send your light forward.
Nice.
I can very slowly.
Okay. You push forward. And as you take another 20 feet, 30 feet of movement, there you find that just as it comes into light, a skeleton, half fused into the wall, seems to going do with their hands down their rib cage.
Oh.
It seems to jump to life at seeing you. Whoa! What then? What's all this? You're not bones at all. And that's where we'll take our bio break. And I'll have a fun like zipper to put us in there, but it's time. So
We'll take our bio break. We're gonna shit our pants.
Yeah.
And do the talking
The
skeleton.
talking
No,
skeleton.
I love them. I love them so much.
It's September after all. Halloween season. Halloween. All right.
Spooky, scary skeletons.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Immediately what I was thinking of is that like silly symphony, like
Yes. Love it. So for anyone who doesn't know, we take about a 10-minute bio break, so we'll do that. Our audio will be hot. You can chat with us if you'd like. Catch you in 10. Here we go. Whee! Hey, Humar. Yeah, doing well. Having fun with Skelly Bones. How are you doing? Spooky, scary skeleton. I will see how you're doing once I get back. It is break time. I forget. On my desk. Wow.
All right, everyone. Ready?
Oh, wait, can I
Halfway
get
off
the
the
other
fucking
stuff?
screen.
Meet the new boss.
Sure, you want the horns? Really fun. Putting on with long hair. Just kidding.
No.
Oh, you nailed it.
Yes.
And she's such a complex character too.
I really get the nuances. Nice. For the Marvel. Oh, bummer. Comedy gold. Oh, that's nice, Cameron. That's awesome. I bet that'll be wild, huh? That'd be really fun. Uh, yeah, thing to build a build out story and everything. Nice. Mm. Oh. Bum, 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 bum. Hmm. All right. Connor, who's technically um, about maybe another minute or so. Yeah. Hmm. Touching tips. That's what we've been doing this episode. In case you're just joining us.
I did not mean for that to happen, but I'm also not sorry.
Like this.
Like this.
Yeah. Mm.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a long week, okay?
Mhm.
Funny.
Nothing better to de-stress at the end of a long week. Touching some
Uh,
tips. Hmm. Hmm. Hope everyone's enjoying their fears.
It-
All
You're
sound
muted.
too real.
Yeah, well,
I'm basically just playing myself, so it works.
I could have gone with spooky, scary things or, insanity things. And like, why not make it like real, real?
I was like, oh, I scored 4 out of 4. Great.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and bring us on back. Welcome back,
Dun, dun, dun.
Mr. Carter.
Mhm.
Hey, everybody. Here we are. All right. Yes, yes, yes. Right. So you you were walking down the hallway, bones clacking in the darkness. And just as you pushed the light forward and came to view a skeleton half fused into the wall that jumped to life, it seemed, was sort of using its hands along to play its ribcage a little bit. What then? Oh, what's all this? You're not bones at all, says to all of you as it's brought into light.
Well, I mean, we all, I think, have bones in us.
Oh, good. You've got the rest of your
Yeah.
meaty bits.
Yeah. It appears you don't.
Oh,
Oh, that's probably not. I'm sorry.
right, all right. An observation. What are you all doing here? If you're not bones.
Is being bones a requirement of being here?
Well, up until now, it's just been me, so I thought perhaps so. But seem to have disproven that. Eh?
Oh,
You all approach at all, or are you staying like just 60 feet
Oh.
away? Okay.
Catherine is because she's very confused. Normally, when she sees bones, they're dead.
Yeah.
So she's very, very curious.
Mm.
Are you dead?
Another wonderful question that I'm trying to figure out. I know that I used to be an adventurer. Barnabas was my name. The person I was beforehand, I'm not them anymore, was exploring in these mines. What year is it?
It's
100.
Yep,
No,
yep,
this
yep,
one.
yep.
Here.
wrong campaign. I was about to say
Sundering.
102.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the Sundering?
Yes, yes, yes.
It's 100 years hence.
Oh, well. Then it's been 13 years since my previous self, Barnabas, was here exploring these mines outside of Selphine. I was ambushed by some creatures, not too far from here, and in an effort to survive, I teleported. And it looks around. Didn't work that well. Well, that soul has long departed this body. The me that I am now, these bones, that is, awoke. But a month ago, tough to tell time down here. I'd say a month or so, maybe a little more. And I'm something of left over, something different than Barnabas. But not much
You
to entertain.
just, you just woke up like this?
Yes.
Did you
Okay.
Yeah. Be
did you
careful when
make
you say
did you make a deal with a necromancer or
Oh, ever. Too untrustworthy those magics, I would say. I have. Yes.
I'm going to insight check
Oh, yeah, go for
Barnabas.
it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me too.
So definitely do it. It's a little high because there's no like mannerisms
Sure.
to insight. It's both, but it's still like expressive enough with hands. Basically, like part of the pelvis is out, the legs are completely in the wall, the back of like the ribs and stuff are in the wall, and it's sort of like pelvis up, just the front half kind of out. Arms are free though.
Can I do an investigation check while they're doing the insight as well? Because
Absolutely.
it's undead.
Yeah, go for it. Ash, what did you get for your insight?
I bet I aced this. 16.
Nice. And Ignatius?
15.
Okay. Getting a read on them. They seem to be genuine. Definitely easy to read, I think, with those roles. That they're definitely serious about like the necromancer piece and all that. The rest seems to be holding true. They're pretty good roles, you know. So, and Kethri, your investigation.
Yes, 14. Like, it's really like undead.
Gotcha. Confirmed undead. Hmm?
Is there an aura around it?
I'm gonna say no. The no aura, which is a little, yeah, I mean, it's definitely not that aura
Right,
of
right.
reclamation. And it's usually spirits have some sort of glow, some sort of aura, and there isn't that either. You know, whatever this person was has since moved on, and it feels more like they've been animated, you know, restored to some semblance of magical life. I do have some hypotheses. Since two great magics that I believe are perhaps the source. One feels like something rather ancient, and the other feels not ancient at all, but powerful, very powerful. Yes,
Wow.
I can sense where they are. Um, but
Oh.
yes, feel that perhaps I've been imbued with some of their overflowing arcana, and it's brought the memories of these bones back. It's quite terrible, let me tell you. Quite a nightmare.
Yeah.
Would you never mind. Never mind.
Oh, please, ask anything you'd like. I haven't had any conversation except with these, and he kind of holds his hands up, even though they're not like, you know, you know. This is. Hmm.
It'd be great to have you with us. But would you still be you if we detached your head from your body?
That sounds like another nightmare. I'm
Oh,
fairly
understandable. I shouldn't have even said it.
No, I'm glad that you did. I listen. First, I guess I would like to ask: are you pursuing one of these two great powers down here? Whoa. Or are you just on an
There-
exploration? Because if you are, you should turn back.
There's dragon.
Unfamiliar. Are dragons ancient or powerful? Which one might that be?
Both?
The one we're
No,
looking
just
for is,
powerful.
I think, probably the newer magic you sense.
Ah, of course. Of course. Well, I can give you a general idea. I mean, I know right where they are. I don't know exactly the cave systems to use to get there. But I have a bit of a bargain perhaps for you. I'd be happy to tell you the location of these two great powers down here. I do know the way, or how to get to at least, the ancient power, the newer power that's just exuding arcana. I can give you at least the location here, the end location, and in turn, I simply ask that. Well, I'm not sure what this existence is now, but I know I don't wish to live it trapped here. So I ask that you please assist me in turn, and either release me from this wall that I might try and find my own way out, or end this terrible nightmarish existence for me.
I'm really
Okay.
good at doing that.
Eris is like ready to run, like screaming, shouting at it, like just like.
I prefer the former. It looks at like Jeffrey and I prefer the former if it's within your capabilities. But if not, then yes, the latter, please.
I mean, yeah. I'm just saying, if worse comes to worse, I know how to bury you properly, to where you won't have to wind up in a cursed existence again.
There's no way to free me from this wall. I might leave on my own power, then I would lean on that. Again, are any of you capable adventurers able to free me from this wall?
Every looks at Eris.
I mean, I know the violent way of doing it, and I can bury you at sea, but I don't think any of us really have a touch of the divine too much in that sense.
Do
I mean, we
you
could take you to someone, I guess.
do you sense Arcana brought you back?
I believe so. Imbued these bones with some memories of its life.
Well, then it sounds like the easiest way to move you on is to destroy what's keeping you here.
That would be
Or
wonderful.
to dispel the magic.
Well, that's less fun.
Yes. I was hoping someone could break me out of the stone, that I can walk on my own power out of here, or at least attempt to.
Oh, is he like
He's
embedded in the
fused
wall?
in the wall, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Eris changes her weapon into a gigantic hammer. You mean like this?
Well, maybe with some more subtlety. Ignatius,
Shrinks
you.
it. She shrinks it slightly.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I mean, what else is gonna break you out of the stone?
Oh, Ignatius, you have some experience excavating relics and such from things like this. I will say that if you don't have to, but you would have knowledge of how to more carefully chisel out these bones.
Right. If I was chiseling out an artifact, and I'm sure I have small tools
Yeah.
to do that.
But that's just for your knowledge.
That's less fun.
I'm gonna again, comes in handy though. Ritually cast detect magic to see what magic is holding them here.
Ooh, okay.
If there's magic holding him here, and or if what magic brought him back into being.
Okay. It would be the type of gosh. It really is more of a general sense of arcana because it's not like a spell that was cast. It does seem you kind of confirm it's just he's soaked up this enough of this overflowing arcana from these two whatever these two super powerful things are down here. That's who knows how long that'll last, but he's charged him up like a walking battery for it, and it's that sort of brought him back to life. The stone itself is just, for these intents and purposes, just stone that could break. There's nothing magical keeping him in the wall. It was just he teleported and he rolled poorly.
It was incomplete, yes.
Aw, he was like Gale.
Spoilers.
Ah, nice.
That's in the prologue, isn't it? No, it's right at the very beginning.
It is, yeah. I mean, I can't use my swords, so Eris or I don't know.
I guess I'll just check in
Well-
and oh, go ahead, Eris, please.
I mean, as I was just gonna say, I can get out a big chunk around you, and then we can let the smaller hammer do their work.
Oh, lovely. Yes, I trust in your skill. Chips of stone start flying as you're just hammered around, and you do get a whole section like around the back, and kind of like it pops out and starts to like tip forward. You catch it and like
She
rotate
catches
on
it with one hand.
Woo, whoa, whoa, whoa. And you kind of put it.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
Lay him down.
Pressing down on the back, yeah. Are you gonna do the rest, Ignatius?
Yeah,
Or...
yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Do what I can. Yep.
All right. So you chisel out. You manage to free this skeleton that no longer has a name. Barnabas was his past self. And they stand up and they kind of like do a little skeleton jig to check out their movement. Oh yes, wonderful. I wonder if I'm buoyant. Find out.
Up before you go. Which way is the new?
Yes.
And, yeah.
There are two great magics. The ancient, I do believe, this is what I was out here searching. Child statues point the way. Now, they'll actually, and this is important to note, bring you, of course, you'll travel underwater, and there is a section that, where the cave gets a rather strong current and funnels down into what seems like a dead end, with a few small holes where the water is rapidly being drawn through. But it otherwise is a solid wall, but it is more brittle than one might think. You break open the wall in the sections where the small holes are, where the water is being drawn through. I believe it was my hypothesis that would break free that entire wall, and through there is a hidden chamber of this ancient.
Hypothesis.
Yes.
And if your hypothesis is wrong, then people get trapped between the barrier and the current and die a horrible death?
I would. Well,
I suppose that wouldn't bother you, I understand, but
yes, 13 years ago anyway. Is the latest I can speak of. I believe, based on a decent bit of research and some of these, at the time, uncharted tunnels. It shouldn't be so great that you suffer damage.
shouldn't be.
It depends on what's
Are you a
happening.
motivational speaker?
Terribly sorry. I just wish to be frank with you. So there are no surprises. I imagine not much has changed in that regard in 13 years, but none of this is proven.
Insight check.
Go for it.
I rolled a 1.
Nice.
Oh, okay, seems to be telling the truth. This is talking skeletons, I guess.
This newer power is not too far off, but it is down in the bony depth. Shortly beyond where that wall is another path, which again you should be able to backtrack against the current. You may need to pull yourself with a stone, but you can backtrack slightly, maybe 50 feet, 100 feet, and there should be another passageway that leads out of the mines here and down into the bony depths. And it is shortly after where that chamber lets out, that where the other power, the newer or the more powerful, whatever it is, hides.
Is that
Rather.
also beyond that wall with the holes in it?
Just before that, it forks,
Just
and
before
one
that.
way is yes, and this other way will carry you down a number of. The current should simply carry you for several hundred feet, maybe 500 to 800 or so, and then empty you out further down in a chimney of sorts downward. And where that lets out is a rather cavernous space, to my understanding. And that is where I sense this other source of the magic that imbues.
Okay.
That's
So
awesome.
don't break the wall if you want to go to the newer Arcana ancient, or not ancient, the not ancient
You
source.
should be able to do both. If you break the wall, it should simply lead into the space beyond where the water's already emptying. Should fill that space where you could swim backward or climb the walls within the current backwards. I would say it's safe to pursue both if you wish.
So, ancient power, and then the newer Arcana.
Even stronger power, yes.
Got it.
Which is
Great.
likely the dragon that you spoke of.
Mm,
Dragon?
mhm.
Can't recall the term.
It's fine. It's okay.
It's a
Language is hard.
Well,
They're gonna lead the way.
you want me to lead the way?
Sure.
I
I'm
was
more of a visual
hoping
person.
to.
So
Well,
Don't you want to find out what's beyond that wall? Even
Make a
just a little bit.
persuasion check, because that is what they were here for.
I don't trust any of my dice. Persuasion. 6.
no.
My dice are treating me well tonight.
I think those desires may have left with Barnabas. I simply, after this very haunting month, truly wish to
of course.
at least return to Selphine.
They want to get out. They don't want to. I don't want to force you to do what you don't want to do.
No, of course not. What's your name now?
I've just been by myself for a month. I'm afraid I don't have one. Not yet.
Would you like one?
I'm up for suggestions.
I hope I had one and then it left.
Nice.
Barnaby.
Racist.
Right, shut up.
What about like Trilby or something?
Trilby, Barnaby. Perhaps. I will keep these under consideration. Thank you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But truly, I very much wish to leave.
You got to Pierre.
That's fine. That's fine.
And
Just
it-
remember.
And I mean that in the nicest way possible.
I appreciate it. I'll take you up on it. I believe I recall the way. Follow these statues back out. Which direction is Selphine from here? Still west. Selphine's in one piece, I trust.
It's like left of here.
Yes.
Looks
you
like
may-
That's west.
You
Thank
may
you.
want to be careful. Some people might jump at the sight of a talking skeleton.
Right. Hadn't
So
considered that.
there's a bit of a nervous breakdown happening in the city. So just to be careful.
Thank you. Well, that's very good to know. I appreciate that insight. Last thing I bought.
Yeah, you mentioned you didn't want the quick way of going to the other side. So
Oh, well, should I be able to talk with the people at Selphine and find myself in safe haven there, perhaps I'll see you and you can share with me what you found and how you fared. Wish you all the best.
Oh,
Yes.
before you go, and she'll
Yes.
hand him a pamphlet for the Great
Oh.
Moth.
Oh,
Just read it. There's some information in there. The Great Moth, great, powerful moth being,
thank you.
protecting us all.
Well, I will certainly try. And kind of holds it up, and you can see like the ink starting to come off the pamphlets in the water. Oh no, you're in the air. That's right. I will try. And kind of looks down at his bones, like in a place to store it. Thank you. Puts it in.
Yes. Works.
Okay. Kind of walks down.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. Are you all? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Even one like that should go free.
Yes, but I have a weird feeling. I don't like it.
Even one like that.
Dead, animated by strange magics that we don't understand.
I'm gonna watch with Mr. Skeleman and see if he actually can go under the water, or if he just floats to the top.
That's hilarious.
Just you all are talking, and Eric's just kind of like,
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see.
in case you wanted
I
to
think
add
it depends a
something
little
weird
bit
to your
on their.
Google search.
Nice. I'm wondering if they're No, it's a little more dense. I think it does depend on like different conditions and stuff, but otherwise they'll sink. So yeah, they boom, kind of just walk down into the water and it just kind of fills up over there. Little air bubbles come out. Boom, boom, boom. Okay,
Interesting.
you all carry on down this cave with matters dealt with.
Yes.
Okay. You continue on and continue on for probably a good half an hour in this large pocket of air down here. Until near the end of the day here, with your muscles a little weary, you find a wonderful place to rest for the night. Also seems to be the next place to go, as there's only one way out of this sort of almost dead end space, and that's a giant waterfall that cascades from a great height into this lower section that you've arrived in this cave space, keeping a pool of water below in motion. There's refreshing air here, similar to that of last night's sleeping area. You see quite a bit of that plant life on the walls. Rather, it wafts off the waterfall from its source up above, so you don't see it down here, but you kind of smell that fresh air cascading
So,
off and filling the space.
we're at the bottom of the waterfall.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. I correct myself. This isn't a good place to sleep because the air here is far too stale. Despite the slight addition of freshness, your oxygen will soon likely run out if you stay down here. You have to find a way to get up to the top of that waterfall where the fresh air is
Is
coming
it a
from.
good place to camp? Let's just camp here.
Nice. We can all be skeletons.
Let's. I mean, half of us can fly,
Yeah.
so.
So you take different turns navigating up into space into this other section of cave where this waterfall is pouring out. It's rather flat, so you have to kind of swim like into the water. There's like a half a foot of air above you in this space where this water is gushing out. You have to kind of crawl through this space. A little hard to keep your eyes open in here, but one by one you make your way through. And after about like 80 feet, finally this cave space opens up into the cavernous area where all the fresh air is coming from. There's an elevated platform out of the water. Some quick scouting shows on the opposite side of that platform in the center, children's statues and another underwater cave to continue. But perfect camping in this little circular platform area if y'all want to set up shop, as it's
Oh, finally.
Mm-hmm.
They'll come up, you sopping wet clothes, of course, and hair. And, oh, you're out of the water, from swimming, making your way through there, so everything's, extra heavy.
I'm so tired. So tired.
All right. Well, let's see. So, you all setting up camp for the night? Get your food ready. Any RP. Otherwise, we're gonna sleep through the night, and we'll get back underway in the morning.
She's just laying on the floor.
Nice, yeah. Good. Yeah.
Ash is
Give
out.
me an hour. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Kethri does want to she is setting up her own camp tonight. Like she's finally feeling okay to set up her own camp again. But before she calls it a night, she wants to find Ignatius.
Okay.
And she has a pair of fireproof fingerless gloves, I guess. Oh no, we're saying that's what it is. And she hands them to you. She says, I really appreciate what you said when we were all stuck in dreamland. So I made these. They're for you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I really do.
They won't catch on fire or anything unless it's something else coming fire-wise. I don't know. I don't know how that works. I just know that you can wear them.
I do appreciate this, and I thank you, and I'm glad it very much so that it made you feel better.
Yeah, it was a nice perspective, a different, I don't know. It made more sense. But I was wondering if I could also ask you a very personal question. And you can say no.
No, no, and
Okay. So it's been X amount of weeks since we did a little spa day. And I noticed something on your back. And I'm concerned, but I don't know. How'd you get it?
well, that's a rather. I wish I could tell you exactly how I got it, but I don't know. But I know where and how the non-exact details. Hold on. Let me just don't want to screw up the wording for Dan.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh, da, 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 da. Okay. Have you ever heard of something called the Wild Hunt?
Dan, would that sound familiar with her living with
Mm,
the druids?
I think you would absolutely have heard tales of it. I don't think you would have
Okay.
experienced it, but you know the tales for sure.
Okay. Um, the family that kept me told me stories about it. It didn't sound very pleasant.
Well, I experienced. I was out doing my map thing, and the Wild Hunt is like there's horns and everything like that. There's
You
right,
might
Dan, am I
you might be thinking of the Howling.
right? Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely the scar is from the Wild Hunt.
Yeah.
Uh,
Is it? I think that was. Let me send a quick Discord thing because I think it was real quick here.
Okay. Oh. Okay. I must have merged the two paragraphs together.
Retcon.
Retcon. Rewind.
Retcon.
Strike that. Reverse it.
The other anomaly in the woods, known as dramatic pause, the howling.
You would also
Okay,
have heard
do
the
it.
stories, yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, I've never experienced it personally, but I've heard of it, and I don't think I want to ever experience that at all.
I think I got caught up in it, and all I remember and all I know is when I woke up, I had the scar on my back. So I kind of know, but I don't know all the details, if you know what I mean. Something maybe, I don't know how one finds out without experiencing it again, which I don't want to do,
No.
but I don't know what it means or if it portends anything particular for me. Thank you for your concern, though.
Yeah.
I'm as
Yeah.
concerned about it as you are. But it's not something you just go around. Hey, you want to see my?
Right.
Got this
Right.
through a traumatic experience in the woods, and don't know much about
She's absentmindedly like rubbing her, I forget which one it is, the
it.
back of her neck, but yeah, she's like, yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Cool. Well, I was just curious, and I don't know why I just thought about it now, but um, anyways, I'm gonna go sleep in my own tent tonight.
Be safe.
Good night. Go back.
I'll check in quickly in case anyone else has anything. Okay.
Grisura will take first watch, but we'll probably just mostly keep an eye on Char's tent or sleeping area to make sure that they're safe and okay.
Okay. Nice. I won't ask for any rolls today. Keep a careful watch. Thankfully, there's really not much down here to worry about. Thank goodness. If anyone else does any watches too, same thing. Keep it careful. Awesome. But thankfully, not much down here to cause trouble. Let's see. All right, so you get some good rest. Wake up, charge up with a nice meal, whatever you can prepare, that doesn't get waterlogged. And you're ready to continue. You dive back underwater. Just stop me at any point if anyone has anything, but you dive underwater. Continue down the cave in the back.
I mean, ready is a strong word, but we do go in the water.
Yeah. Nice. You're fairly deep in the mines now. You're maybe a day's travel or so from where you understand the bony depths to be. As you begin navigating this area of the mines, from which many of those tales originated, Grisura, that you read in the library. Of course, this is like an offshoot of the actual mines, but you're down at that level. Without even perception checks, you're able to notice along the way, here and there, scratches like nails run through the walls of the cave here and there. Minor quakes that upset and vibrate the water every so often. Subtle, no regular interval, but just present throughout your travels. Sometimes, especially in areas that are little air pockets that you pause to travel through, some of these rumbles cause some loose stone to fall. And in fact, as the tales share. One such air pocket crumbles some of the wall, leaving behind the appearance of those a couple humanoid faces in like, like seeing Jesus on toast, right? But like a human face in the stone. You.
I don't like this at all.
My God, it's interesting. Grisura like dishes her notebook out from somewhere and tries to draw a picture and realizes that her notebook's hopelessly wet and puts it away.
Oh
but-
no, yeah.
Aw.
Oh,
Interesting is one way to put it, yeah.
You find your way back into an underwater section and carry on as today's wave, the direct. I'd like to ask you all for a wisdom saving throw, please. Let me check today's DC. Oof. Okay. All right, I'll start with Eris this time. Backwards.
Big ol' 3.
That's a failure for today.
That's my second.
Yeah. Oh, ooh, good. All right, I'm gonna get back to that. That's exciting. Catherine?
That's exciting, he
That's
says.
exciting. No? 14.
A failure for today.
Yay!
Getting closer and closer to wherever this feels like it's emanating from. Shar?
22.
22
No.
today just fails. Ignatius?
I'm very consistent.
Oh, 9?
A 1
A
for
one!
a total. A 1 for a total of 8.
Ah, okay. Yeah,
That's
it's a
the second
failure
fail.
today. Okay. Ooh, exciting actually. Ash?
Does it really matter? But if it does, it's an 11.
Okay, yeah, that's a failure. And Grisera?
2 minus 1 is 1.
Oh
Oh,
no!
no.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Nothing
Very
from
wise and
nothing
screwed.
leaves nothing.
if a 22 doesn't make it, even with the natural 20, I could not have made this.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, okay. Yeah, this one
True.
got pretty high. You're pretty close, but nice. It's cool too. Like it started at 5, so it's been kind of neat. Like thankfully, all the saves, like it's been pretty interesting on this side. Okay, all right. So Eris, that's your second, I believe you said. So go ahead and roll a straight D12. It's been pretty neat.
It's been pretty neat, he says. We're all having a good time, they say.
Yeah.
5.
Oh, okay. So, similar to what Char got last time, I think you have this fear blossoms and takes hold of making the wrong decision. You end up stuck in this analysis paralysis where it's like you're thinking of what to do, all planning, all thinking it out, but you never really want to act because you're so afraid of making the wrong decision, and that the consequences of such will be devastating and irreversible. Unfounded fear, but that's what's settled in.
As that happens, can I go into a rage to try to push that away? Use up
You
one
can
of my
go into a
rages?
rage, yeah.
She will go into a rage to kind of like get the fear out of her head,
Nice.
like this isn't happening. I'm strong. Look at this.
Eris, guys, we're under attack.
Eris.
What's going on? We're under attack. What's going on? Eris, what's going on?
Nothing
Where's the danger?
is. Nope, it's all in my head. It's all in my head. It's not.
For as long as the rage continues, you feel that you've pushed that out successfully, but when the rage ends, it seeps back in. But while raging at this level, it seems to push it out. How long do you need to be hit or hit someone for that to is like 6 seconds?
It lasts for a minute.
Yeah. It.
Nice. Okay, so if you've got a minute of like trying to like let everyone like reserve everyone on.
She's just like she's gonna go and she's gonna rage scout.
Nice. Okay.
So I'm assuming she doesn't need light because she's got lightning everywhere. So she's gonna go out under the she's gonna. I'm fine. It's all in my head. I'm fine, and she's gonna swim out towards
Nice.
the waterfall.
Go, go. Beautiful. Yeah, you check that. You've got, like back to the waterfall, forward to where the children are pointing. You scope everything out. Thankfully, nothing, engaging there. That minute
Thankfully
passes.
or not.
Yeah, that's true. It dissipates. You feel it like creeping in. And you're fighting, but you know that rage is slipping. But at this level, you are able to combat it while raging. All right, Kethri. I think yeah, everything ended up a failure. Kethri, is this your second one then, or your? This is number 2.
Yeah, my second.
Go ahead and roll that d12 if you would.
That's a 4.
Oh gosh. Okay. A fear of rejection blooms, and you just feel like not making requests or interactions, even as their possible rejection would be brutally painful. So making suggestions, making requests, or even like interactions are a little difficult because you're just fearing that rejection of your interaction so much that, not to say you can't at all, but like that's a fear now seated in you, fear of rejection. Char, D12 if you'd be so kind. 3. Oh, okay. A second fear blooms in your heart, a fear of advocating, not saying what you feel on your behalf or another's behalf, because it's just too frightful to think of advocating for yourself or for those that you care about. Okay. Ignatius.
Hold on.
Mhm.
12, right?
Yes, please.
6. Oh, 9. 9. Sorry, it was an upside down 6.
Oh, nice. Oh my goodness, our Ignatius, seeping and like just rooting in you is the fear of being exposed as an imposter, despite the value that you hold in yourself, and the values others have in you. You end up stuck and stressed and feeling small, as though you are an imposter, that you are not up to the value that you actually are, that others perceive in you. And you feel small instead of taking confident action. So difficulty taking action because you feel you're going to be exposed as a fake. As, Ignatius, does he really know? That kind of energy. Ooh, that's a tough one, man. Okay. Ash. I think this is another one for you. So D12, please, if you would. 2. Do you already have a fear, or is this your first? No,
this is my second.
Okay. A fear blooms within you. A second fear, the fear of success. You don't want to attempt things because success will bring an enormous responsibility with it. You're so fearful of being successful and then being loaded down with a bunch of obligations and responsibilities on top of that because of your success. It leaves you not necessarily wanting to attempt things as much. Again, role play it to your degree. It does. None of these are meant to like completely freeze you in place in battle or anything like that, but they're meant to affect your RP and affect battle a little bit, maybe. Okay. And Brazura, if you've been.
11.
Hey,
We like this amp. It goes to 11.
Thanks. This is an interesting one for Brazura. The fear of challenge. The thought of not being up to the challenge leaves you feelings of doubts about your ability to persist, to continue through, to see it through, and makes you worry that you will no longer derive joy from your task if you do continue it. So it's a bit of feeling like, I don't know if I can do this, and feeling like I don't think I can persist through this challenge. or if I do, I'm just going to lose all joy in what I'm doing. So an interesting one, I think, for Grisura. But with that, as those seep in, it's getting closer and closer to. We carry on. You find your way through. Again, scratches on the wall. There's also just an elevated sense of jumpiness and fear that come with each of these, of course. And you're watching the scratches on the wall, feeling the miter quakes, and they get a little startling. After another hour and a half, 2 hours of swimming through this tunnel, you hear the creature's voice once again. Closer and closer still. Your determination intrigues me. I prefer to stay here in my lair, safely tucked away from the world. I find it difficult to even think of taking a single step away. But here you all forge ahead. For every danger, together in concert. How?
Question.
Mm-hmm.
The dread has been coming on us as kind of a gradual, not necessarily perceived thing.
Mhm.
But that last thing that the dragon said sounded like dread fears. Is it possible for our players to make that connection? Or are we kind of mind fogged to it?
I think it's entirely possible. You've gathered up plenty of clues already in the city, and then with your own experiences.
Well, Grisura's going to try and answer. Is the Ancient One sapping your will? Playing on your fears?
The other power here is what drew me to this place. Does not affect me.
Are you sure?
I'm
Far be it
sure.
for me to question your wisdom, but your
I'm
words
sure.
tell a story.
I have felt the way I've felt since I became. This is the first place I felt. Included and fortified.
Fascinating.
Yeah. Will not get me to take so much as a step outside of my lair. Face me at your own peril, or I will not.
Well, that's a good thing swimming doesn't count as steps then.
Kind of feel that.
Um,
Please go ahead, Ignatius.
you know what? Why not? Nation's is going to think about that and think about what we've been told and what the situation is going to be like. No one's asking you to leave.
You don't feel, or you don't get a response. Feel that pause, or you think maybe that got through. Don't hear.
Just wanted to plant that thought.
Right? You feel successful. Okay. Well, you finish that and begin, you're carrying on probably during this, or maybe you pause to listen and respond, and you continue forth. Shortly thereafter, you feel another rumble. and you feel like a pressure in the water, like something has released pressure into this space and added to the pressure of the water. This chamber is maybe like 10, 12 feet around. You've got room to swim and such. But you feel pressure and you look around, and with passive perceptions on this one, you can quickly see that billowing out of the ground magma quickly cooling in the water, but pushing forth as it's being cooled, begins to spread into this space kind of behind you and up towards you, as it's sort of a relatively level space. um, and let's see. It spreads and adds pressure and heat to the water. So as more billows forth, more heat, more pressure. Um, the wall effectively turns up into a vertical chimney here, sort of a downward slope, and then up into probably would have been a pretty great gradual slope into a chimney as it's going to fill up, and you can tell it's going to start filling that space. You're going to need to, basically above is a vertical chimney through which to swim and escape, but it's only wide enough for one person at a time. So I would like to know your swimming order as you try and outpace the magma, more the heat, than anything else, the boiling water it's creating. Who would like to go first up this vertical chimney?
I think
Ignatius
Ash should go first.
Yeah,
Ash will go first.
that's what.
Okay.
Yeah, Ignatius
Jeffrey
would
nudges
encourage the
you.
others. Yeah,
Nice. All right. So Ash, and then who?
that
Ignatius? No?
Ignatius will go last.
Okay.
I was gonna say
Well,
Eris starts pushing everybody.
Okay.
Grisura
I mean,
She's
will
I was-
fight you. She is not up for the challenge of this chimney.
Wow.
She will go last.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Okay, all right, no problem. And
I
I'll
really
go.
wanted to go closer to the end
Everyone
of the
wants to do that.
line.
All right. So Ash, you shoot over. Who's going in behind Ash?
alright, if everybody's gonna fight to go last and be close to the magma, then the most powerful swimmer will go second.
Okay. Ash and Eris. Who's after Eris? Shar. Then
I'll go.
Ignatius. Then I guess
She'll look
Kethri,
at-
right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. She's
Sorry,
like, she doesn't. She's fear. No, she's gonna go. She's too scared to ask.
Okay. And then
Like the
Grisura
dread.
last. So keep in mind like where you are in relation to other whoever's in front of you and behind you. And these are gonna be athletic checks. Athletics checks. Eris, you're gonna have advantage because you are underwater. And this is your thing. But go ahead and roll an athletics check for everyone. I'm going to give no, I already covered that. Advantage for Eris. Okay. And Grisura, let me know what you got.
12.
Okay. And let me go through order, and Grisura will be at the end there. Ash, since you went first, what'd you get?
10.
10? Okay. Eris, you were second, I think. What'd you get?
18.
Okay. Shar? Wait, did I get that right? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Char?
15.
Okay. Ignatius?
15.
Okay. And Kethri?
15.
Beautiful.
Wow.
All of you succeed in the first round as you are swimming, and it's a narrow enough space where you can actually like grab the stone and like pull yourself up more so than swimming. You can feel the warmth in the water. It's otherwise been cold, quickly transferring out through the heat here, and the pressure is almost like helping you a little bit. Not actually helping you, but you can feel that pressure pushing. We're going to go around for a second round as we continue swimming. No hiccups because everyone succeeded. And I'll check in with Ash first. Who's first?
That's a 1.
Oh, there's no like bonus to your athletics?
Athletics?
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Ash? No.
Okay. Right.
But I do have Misty Step too. So if I
If you
start
want to
slowing
use
people
Mystery
down,
Step,
okay,
and I'll let
yeah,
you do an additional athletics check, because that'll free you up for your
we'll
first bungle.
we'll use the misty step.
Okay. You kind of get turned sideways and locked, shoulders and head tucked down. You're like, yeah, twist your head, look up, and poof,
6.
you get into the next space. You get caught. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Eris.
Thank you for advantage. That gives me a 19.
Okay, nice.
With the 19, can I shove Ash, just kind of like try to like just like swim like battering ram, swim and just boom, try to push her through like a cork out of a
Absolutely.
bottle?
Here's how we'll tackle that. So you can make. We'll keep your. If you want, we can keep your 19 athletics check, or you can re-roll it if you wish. That'll be your choice, Eris. Ash, I'm gonna need you to make an acrobatics check so that you don't get folded further when you're pushed, but instead, it's enough to free yourself from the space and stay vertical.
I'll call out. I'll call out. Like brace yourself. Like
I'm gonna get a different die here.
Nice. All right, Eris, let me know what your athletics is first, if you would. Unless you want to keep that 19. You got to call it before you roll. If you roll, you keep the roll.
I will keep. I rolled, so
Okay.
but that gives me a. Hang on, math is hard. 22.
Excellent. And Ash?
19.
A 19. Okay, you feel this, and as you do it, you kind of break some of the stones that were kind of holding your head pinned a bit. And it's a little bob, but you free yourself thanks to Eris's help, and you two are rocketing on course for round 2. Okay, Shar, athletics check.
Nat 20 for a 23.
Oof.
Okay, beautiful, excellent. All right, Ignatius, I think, is next.
Nat 20.
Woohoo! Excellent. Catherine?
I'm about to mess this up. 5.
5. Okay. Yeah, I don't think you have any spells to use help. So, wait, and who won the thing tonight? Ignatius? Okay. You don't have to use it. I couldn't remember if it was Stash or not. Okay. Who's behind you? That's Ignatius, I think?
No, she's behind me. Catherine's behind me.
Oh, okay. I'm so sorry. Ignatius.
No, I rolled a nat 20.
You did. Oh, that's right. I already covered you. Whee!
Yeah.
All right, Catherine, and then Grisur. Thank you. And Grisur.
Question though. Question.
Mhm.
Because I have tempestuous magic as a storm sorcerer.
Okay.
I did cast. Wait, is this a new day?
Yes.
Did we cast dancing lights earlier? Maybe I didn't
That was
do that.
It's
yesterday.
but a rest
That was
has
yesterday.
happened. Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
No.
Never
Okay,
mind.
sorry. Grisura.
12.
Nice. Okay, that is a success. So Grisura, with your success, you notice that Kethri above is getting stuck. She's just climbing, and she's just kind of like in a tight area where her shoulders are pinched. Would you like to assist in some way? You just know she's slowing down, and the magma is not.
I don't like swimming anymore.
I don't think I see a way that I can, and it's too easy to screw it up and make it worse. So no, I don't think so.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Third and final round. Ash, you only see the way ahead of you, and you can look down and see Eris behind you. So I'll ask you to just roll an athletics check and continue on to escape. You see freedom ahead. Yes. Okay. All right. Behind you is Eris. Eris, you see once again, Ash gets into an area where like the broom is stuck, and Ash is like, I'm not leaving this broom behind. Like, what am I stuck on? And just seems to be, well, almost stopped with a 2. First off,
All
for
right.
your like athletics, just for keeping up.
Well, ramming speed again. I got a 24.
Okay, nice.
I'm good at one thing, guys.
Mm-hmm. All right, Ash, make an acrobatics check to hang on to that broom.
4.
You soar ahead as the broom catches on the stone. Tends to fall down the chute stairs.
Not.
Can I grab it?
Not
As I pass
you,
by?
because you kind of did the jamming. You've already done like
Yeah,
a thing.
so like if I
Uh,
slow down and I see the broom catch.
Someone
No,
else may
okay.
be able to. Sorry.
Ash is going to frantically yell down, "The broom! Can someone grab the broom?"
Bloop, bloop, bloop. Because Oz is not around to give you her telepathic communication.
Oh, she's not doing it telepathically.
It's just water. Bloop, 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 bloop.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I realize that. But
Oh, okay. Gotcha. You're just doing it.
I'm gonna try. Yeah.
You look down, you see like the glow of like magma turning into the water down. I mean, not really past anyone, but it's making the light's making its way up here. But you do
Eris would notice that Ash is beside herself.
Okay. All right. In that case, we'll move on to, I think Shar is after them. Shar, if you can give me an athletics check to keep up this final round.
10.
A 10 just fails this round. You do see a broom floating down. It kind of catches you off guard, slows you down. So think you recognize it as Ashes. It'll give you a moment to see, with having to slow down from your athletics. If you want to do anything, seeing that fall down, but shoot.
Can I try and grab it?
Yeah, easy enough because you're in water and you've kind of slowed down. So you successfully grab Ash's broom in hand. It's very narrow space, so it's a little difficult, but you've got it. Difficult to continue up. All right, behind you, I believe, is Ignatius. Okay, Ignatius, make an athletics check for me if you would.
3. Yeah, I'm gonna burn a luck.
Okay.
Let's see. Just mark that off.
Mm-hmm.
And another athletics check. 11.
And 11 just succeeds. That allows you to easily catch up to Shar, who's actually slowing you down this round. How would you, if at all, how would you like to assist Shar to keep that moving?
Yeah, he'll I'm trying to visualize what it is, so
A narrow chute that's just enough wide enough for you all to like swim up, kind of grabbing rocks and pulling yourself up.
so the chute's being made by no.
Chute exists, yeah, but down below and bubbling up the chute.
Oh, okay.
Is the
All right, so the
magma
chute
with
isn't
steam.
made of previous magma.
No, it just seems to be. I mean, it could have been at some point, but it looks just like cave.
It's solidified.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me just see if I got anything in my bag of tricks. Nothing much that associates with movement. So I'm just gonna push.
Okay. Yeah, go make athletics. Fresh athletics, and this is to kind of push Shar along.
A 5.
Ooh, do you would it be enough?
I
What do we
have
got, D8?
Yeah, with an inspiration, push it over.
It has the potential to. Mm-hmm. D8, I think we're on.
Yep. All right, here we go. 2 for a 7 total.
Okay. No.
All right.
Yeah. Yep. You go to push, but that's also. Shar's just an immovable object in general. But up here with her wings and broad shoulders and stuff, grasping this broom, just just not quite. Obviously, it can't quite. It helps, but not enough to unclog the pipe, as it were. So I'll check in unless there's anything else for Ignatius. Oh, okay. With Kethri, with an athletics check initially. You can feel the heat, Kethri. You're close enough to the bottom. Woo!
Oh, okay. That's better. 18.
An 18 is definitely a success. To continue, you are stopped, slowed down greatly by Ignatius and Shar above. Is there anything you want to try to help
Yes.
facilitate? Okay.
Okay. So I want to do my impetuous magic, but
Okay.
I have to cast a spell first. Am I
Okay.
able to do a spell and then a bonus action to help push? It's
Gotcha.
the feature is I basically cause gusts of air to surround me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, before or after you cast a spell. And then it helps me to fly up like 10 feet, so it kind of like
A
help
little
that
boost.
way. Yeah, but I need to cast a.
I'll say
I need to either do that first and then
Mhm.
cast a spell, or cast a spell and then do a push.
I think in this particular case, because it's so narrow and it's like a clogged pipe, that you can use your movement along with your bonus action to try and make that happen. You're not doing a whole ass action. You're just trying to unclog this. So I'll say if you cast a spell, let that happen.
Okay.
You can do that and still try and push them.
Okay. I mean, it's whichever one. Dancing lights. Just
Sure.
throwing them out there,
Nice.
and then I'll do my impetuous magic.
Okay,
Yeah.
these bubbles of air, like you use them kind of as like a counter propulsion. Pushes up. Ignatius, you feel like your knees start to bend, like you don't want them to like into the wall. You lock your legs as you feel this. That pushes on Shar, who has the same thing. And the three of you, like an unclogged, like pressure unclogged pipe, start firing up, catching up with everybody else.
Good.
Which I think after Keth 3 just leaves Grisura, I think. So athletics check for Grisura, if you would, please.
Am I aware of what's going on above me?
I would say that you, at the very least, saw Kethri use his bubble magic and fire ahead. You would have felt them slow down initially, and then speed up.
Okay, so I really don't know beyond that. Okay, that's fine. 11.
An 11 just succeeds! That is a DC for round 3, and you just climbing, swimming in this space as all of you come up into this rather large bowl of water, basically, with an air pocket above, and make your way up to some cave space and air and run. Hustle. And you hear in the back some of that bag go, but it seems to be slowing down and cooling off in that space, not continue up here. But you're all so far ahead, you're like, we're not sticking around and finding out. And you continue.
Ash is crying.
Right, because you've lost your broom. I'll give a minute as you all slow down and catch your breath in case, I think Shar has a broom, in case either of you want to role play that out.
Shar just walks over to Ash. Did you drop this?
She will look at the broom and then look at you, Shar, and just dive into a hug, a bear hug. I thank you so much. Thank you. You can tell that she's like almost hyperventilating as she takes the broom and will just kind of like hug it for a couple of seconds and then put it on her pack and try and like secure it tightly.
I think Shar would be like surprised by the hug at first, and while Ash is still in the hug, just like do a little head pat.
Head pad, room secured, and you're navigating through this cave space that has maybe 12, 13 feet, sort of cylindrical cave you're walking through. It's kind of leveled out through here. It's full of air. It's another air pocket area. And there's water that's kind of running along the ground, like not even at like a creek level. It's just a little bit. There's enough pouring in from the ceiling dripping and little bits of running water down the cave walls. Enough to make hearing a little difficult in here because there's so much cave noise of all these drips and the flow of the water running along the bottom of the cave. You continue on, and you see you actually come upon a number of statues here pointing the way, but these are not children statues. They're adult statues. And they're parsed out maybe 50 feet from one another, one on either side, pointing the way forward. Continue on.
Ash is going to get really close to one and just kind of like watch it for a few seconds. Sus.
Yeah, highly detailed, like the children's statues. Each one of these unique, doesn't move and no movement. Doesn't you can't move it, and
Right.
there's they don't seem to be moving at all.
Okay. She'll turn around and follow.
All right, assuming everyone else is moving along. Let's see. What are we doing with lights in here? As it's really dark. We have Kethri up front, Ash behind. Huge.
Yeah.
Okay. Look at the cave contracts and expands. Down to maybe like 8 feet cylinder, up to maybe 13 here and there. There's mineral deposits and things to kind of climb over here and there. As you're navigating forward, Ash, can you make a perception check since you're pulling up the rear?
I am 15.
Nice. Shortly after you pass the last of the statues, you hear movement behind you.
Oh, she immediately turns around and looks.
As you turn around and look, frozen in place about 30 feet behind you in the light, 3 of the statues. Faces grotesque with teeth, fake teeth in a mouth ajar. Arms maybe 3 times as long as they were before, with 2 elbow joints in them, reaching outward towards you, frozen in place. As you look
Guys,
back.
I'm out.
friends, the statues.
Eris turns, pulled out her hammer, magical hammer. Do we need to
Well, I
smash
guess-
some things?
I guess Ash, since we're not underwater anymore, right?
Correct, you're in an air
Okay.
pocket space. Mhm.
All right, just wanted to make sure. So yeah, Ash would call out.
Okay.
They moved. Those weren't there when we passed them, obviously.
Eris will go and smash one.
Are you striking? Doesn't seem to do any damage. No.
That's not made of stone!
Catherine, you might want to keep the lights close to the group.
Okay. And then she'll pull the lights, or I don't know, magically pull the lights back and then just kind of like have them float. But she's keeping them separate so we can see more
Okay.
in various places. And she's also, because she doesn't feel very safe right now, is going to. No, never mind.
Okay.
Save that.
Are they good question. Are they moving now?
No. As soon as Ash turned around, the movement sound stopped.
Hang on. We ran into these in the mountains. Right? We had
We've
similar...
met them in the mountains.
I will.
We just keep the lights close and just keep going.
Keep
Someone walk
just
backwards.
keep an eye on them.
Sure. We might want to keep someone watching the front in case they can also come from the front as well.
Don't blink.
Maybe walk back to back.
Sounds like a good idea.
Okay.
And I'll keep something in my back pocket.
Oh.
Are we just having someone in front watch ahead, someone in back looking back, or are two people attempting to walk back to back with one person walking backwards? Because I would love that.
I mean,
That's
I
fine.
was thinking like we're all in a circle and we're all just walking as a group facing outwards in all directions.
Yeah, I like that.
And Ash will
Okay.
try to like move everyone into position. Like, oh no, right here, just a couple steps over to the left.
All right, go ahead and make everyone an acrobatics check to, attempt to have no one fall down and pull everybody down.
Oh, I'm good at this.
Grisura, let me know what you got.
8.
8. Okay. Ash,
16.
Ignatius,
13.
okay. Char,
A dirty little 20.
nice.
Ooh.
Jeffrey,
18.
18.
Dirty
and,
little 20.
and
Ooh.
Eris.
21.
Okay, that's enough successes to safely navigate this. You do notice that while in the light and looking, it doesn't move, but once it's out of the light and you can't see it, you hear the sounds following, trailing you in the darkness, never stepping into the light.
I will. Yeah, I'm going to give it a shot. So, just out of range, I forget what the range is when when I create sparks.
Mm-hmm.
But out of range of us, so we don't get the fire damage when he comes into being.
Okay.
And towards where they were, and tell Sparks to just quote unquote keep an eye on them, see if they react to Sparks.
Okay. You set up sparks, and as far as you're walking back, you can still see, the flames of sparks. And see them. They don't move. Once you round a corner, you hear the sounds hustling up the darkness. The lights again. They did not seem to act to Sparks in any way. Or something bad happened to Sparks. You're unsure which.
Can I try something?
Yeah, absolutely.
I just read this some more. I'm gonna go ahead and take out Catherine. Catherine's taking out her katana and gonna go ahead and do a Crimson Rite. She's gonna do the Rite of the Dawn.
Okay.
And so I'll roll for damage in a second. But her weapon now sheds bright light out to 20 feet just
Okay.
to give us some extra light.
Okay.
And so now that is activated until she doesn't touch her weapon anymore.
Okay. You can see that for those facing the front, that you're only about 150 feet away from the area, as instructed by previously Barnabas, a skeleton previously known as Barnabas. The area where you would actually leap. You leap from the cave that you're in down into the water, and that is, that water below will rapidly take you away to the area of the wall that if you're going to break that wall, that split. You see that just ahead, 150 feet, as you walk past another set of statues. These, as you're approaching, are not humans. They're just two posts. And as you walk past them, a magical darkness falls over you, snuffing out your cantrips, and you hear shuffling. What do you want to do? You got 150 feet to this leap. You've got magical darkness currently. Of course, magic users know what to do with that if they need light.
Does that affect my
Options.
weapon?
It has to be level 3, a strength of level 3 or higher, I believe, for any sort of light source. And that's a class action, is it?
Yes. And that's when you join this order at 3rd level. I get it.
If it
that
was a
means
little
anything.
higher, maybe. What level
Okay.
are you? If you would have access to 3rd level spells as a 5th level blood hunter. I mean, imagine, do 5th level wizards have 3rd level spells?
I think we're at 6.
Yeah, but you're 5 in that
Oh,
class,
I see
right?
what you're saying.
Mhm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I have no idea.
I don't know which level.
Looking. Hold on.
Grazura's just going to try and dispel this.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. Let's see. Do you have to see them to dispel?
Wizards have access to 3rd level spells at 5th level.
Okay. So I'm going to
That's when they
say
get them.
solely that 20-foot thing on your blade stays. So Grazura, you can see some of them right on the edge. You want to cast a dispel in that area or on that object? Wait, do you have to touch for dispel?
No,
I don't think so.
spell is
Okay, I have absolutely no idea what's going on. I thought we had darkness that I was going to dispel, but
Oh, the
apparently there's
magical
something that I can
darkness.
see that's not dark.
I understand now. Yeah, so you're going to cast it on the magical darkness. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Okay.
You're attacking the darkness.
Any spell 3rd or level lower ends, otherwise I need to make a DC check.
Okay, no. It lifts the darkness. You keep, you can extend, I think, between Kethri and Ash. I think you get 60 feet if you line all your things up in a row. So using your light, you're able to get to the ledge above the jump. Creatures so far seem to be rooted in the cave floor. As they walk, they shift within the cave floor there. So really, you might be safe if you can make this.
So is it leap like over to the other side, right?
It's down
Or
into water.
Down.
Mhm.
Okay.
So we're hitting water when we leap in.
Yeah, it's maybe like 50 feet down, but it's safe
Okay.
enough. It looks very deep. Instructions
Okay.
are it should be fine.
Ash will go.
Anybody not going? Anyone staying here?
I'm gonna wait until everyone mainly gets down because since she's holding the light,
Yeah.
I don't want to just take that with me.
Yeah. Okay, so Ash, you jump first. Keep in mind fears. And boom, you go into the water. The current carries you along, Ash. Who's anyone leaving behind Ash?
Ignatius is gonna approach the waterfall, try and give a command to see if Sparks shows up. He's not gonna summon him again. He's gonna call him back.
Oh. Sparks does not come back.
He looks damning, and as he jumps off the waterfall,
Mm-hmm.
he's gonna, looking contact at the statues,
Mm-hmm.
like twist his body, look back, and give him the double barrel
Yay!
as he goes down.
Down into the water. I love it. Blunk into the water current, carrying you away. Anyone after Ignatius?
Eris will turn, and normally if she would hesitate before jumping off of a cliff, but because this is into water, she's totally fine with it.
Nice.
So I think the fear doesn't affect her here, and she will just swan dive
Nice.
straight into the water.
Blink. Perfect dive. And you
Tens all around.
Nice. All right, after Eris. Char.
Grizera's got an eye on Shar just to make sure that Shar's
Oh,
okay.
Can I say that Ash tried to use her broom when she went down?
yeah, if you like, sure.
Yeah. So she'll try to ride her broom. And instead of jumping directly into the water, she's going to kind of like hover above the water a bit.
Okay. Like where everyone's jumping, or are you going off to the
Yeah.
side for safety?
No.
Okay.
She'd probably go off to the side for safety just
Okay.
in case. Yeah.
All right, Kefri, Shar, and Grisura. Who's next?
Not me.
Shar looks like she wants to jump, but can't seem to make up whether or not she can or will. So like she'll start to bend her knees and then
Grisera
let it
takes
take
Shar's
fire.
hand.
And Char will nod and get ready to actually jump with Grisera.
Yep.
Okay. Give you. Ooh, you pass Ash a little off to the side. Or draws you away. Kefri, that just leaves you up here. Are
Then,
you-
yeah, I'm gonna use my wings to
Okay.
help.
Sure.
'Cause
you
she
kinda
doesn't want to
glide
just free
down.
fall. Yeah.
All right, so you're floating just above, flying just above the water with Ash next to Ash. Are you two ready to go in?
Yeah, because this is like going to suck us down to somewhere else, I think, right? That's the
You
whole.
were told there's a curve.
So
Yeah.
Ash would just after a quick look around to make sure that there was nothing else like that she could see, would go ahead and go down to the water and put her broom away.
You take that quick look around. You see the statue shuffling up to the edge and stopping.
Oof.
Not going
Okay.
beyond the edge. Okay. And then head under. Kefri, follow suit.
Yes.
You ready to get stuck down?
Yes. Yes.
Down you go. Doom, doom. And you- Here, far beneath the ocean's bed, even at the bottom of the mines, one by one, were pulled, swimming through and by the current. Round caves, the frigid nature of the water here. A little stinging on the exposed skin, but your wetsuits are keeping you warm. Disorienting, you're flying through different pipes, basically, of cave work. And as you all endure this torrent water, wrap up tonight's session. All right. Well, super well done, everybody. Amazing action. Amazing underwater action. Thank you all so very much. Players and viewers alike, thank you for being here. And oh my goodness, I don't have any I don't know. Come on, Dan, what's the word? Twitch's thing. It's so different. I wanted to go. Here we go. All right, I just wanted to find someone to raid too. And that is not working, so we will have to raid next time. So sorry. It's such a bummer. Okay, so for us, we're going to wrap up. Thank you all so much. You've been watching Friday night's D&D campaign, Provenance. If you had fun, consider giving a follow. You can be alerted to our other campaigns across the week. And we hope to at least catch you next Friday. You can see what's at the other end of this torrent of current here, water, and what lies ahead. These two powerful things here for our party. Have a lovely night, and we'll catch you all soon. Take care, everybody. Bye.